Hey everyone, welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas Day 3. Today we're going to be looking at a new product to me. I'm not sure if it's ever been invented before, but the Emboss and Cut folders. So they are embossing folders with die cuts built into them. And I'm really excited to show them off today because it's something just really different and an easy way to make your holiday cards. The best part of it is that you get 2-for-1 cards really easily. So let's dive in. Here's a look at the 2 cards we're going to be making. We're actually going to be making 4 cards in total, but both are very similar. I picked up these cut and emboss folders from Crafter's Companion. They have Noel and Joy as the sentiments, and so they have die cuts built into the embossing folder. These embossing folders are meant for 5x7 cards, which I haven't made in a really long time, so I thought I would give them a try. I'm not affiliated with Crafter's Companion in any way, but I thought this product was something new and exciting, or at least new to me. I'm not really sure if they've been around for a while or not, so I thought I'd give it a try. So because I don't make 5x7 cards on a regular basis, I had to cut down my cardstock. Now I cut in total 4 5x7 panels. I ended up cutting them down to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 so I could get that nice white frame around my cards in the end. So you're going to need to leave 1 white and 1 you're going to ink blend, and depending on how many cards you make, just multiply that number. So in this case, I left 2 white and did 2 blends. For the blends, I'm using 3 different colors of blue and teal, so I'm using All That Jazz, Fiesta Blue, and Suede Shoes from Catherine Pooler, and I'm using my life-changing brushes here in order to blend them. Now, the brush that I've designated for blue is the largest in size, and I have to say that this one is a little bit too big for me, that I end up getting some harsh lines. They're easy to buff out, but I definitely prefer a size smaller. Now that the life-changing blending brushes are sold not only in a full pack, but also in smaller packs, you can actually get the medium size ones just on their own, and I'll definitely be picking up some more of those. So you can see as I'm blending, I'm just slowly building up the color, going back and forth between the colors to ensure that I have a really nice blend. I'm gonna make sure that my glass mat is nice and clean before I continue on with any of the other cards. I just love working on this surface because it just comes perfectly clean every time and it's so easy. So the other thing I did on one of the card panels is I grabbed my distress sprayer and just added some water droplets to see how they would react with the Catherine Pooler ink. And you can see that it starts to resist and repel the color and adds a little bit of texture to the card. Now, I definitely loved the fact that I could also do a mist in the air, and then I swiped my card through it. And the reason being is it's good to add a little bit of water, not too much because you don't want your card to warp, to the paper before you put it in an embossing folder. Putting that kind of pressure on paper sometimes can cause it to crack, and definitely when you have a blended background it doesn't look great. So adding that little mist of water and just waving my card through it definitely did the trick. And I'm going to throw it through my Gemini Junior die cutting machine. In order to make this sandwich, all you need are the 2 plastic plates, the cutting plates, and then put the embossing folder in between, exactly like how you would emboss in a normal embossing folder. When I open it, you'll see that the pieces here fall out, so you get all the letters except for the O because it's embossed an ornament, and it embossed all of those beautiful details into the paper. Now I'm also going to show you the other card that I created off screen. I did the exact same techniques, except for my blend ended up being a little bit darker, I think, and this one is the Joy. So once again, misting my paper before putting it through my embossing folder and then running it through the machine. So you'll see when I pop these out, you get the J and the Y that detaches, and this one here has a beautiful snowflake in the center to represent the O, and it has some hanging snowflakes from the top. Additionally, for both the Noel and the Joy cards, I die cut this panel using some white ink. Make sure you either do this first or you clean your embossing folder because some of the pigment from the ink could still be on there. You'll see this is a light blue, and I just went ahead and recut it after I had cleaned my embossing folder, so that's really important. Next up, I had to make some card bases. I don't have any 5x7 card bases, so I wanted to go through that super quick. I took an 8.5 by 11 panel And I cut it down at 7 inches and then at 10 inches. And then I went ahead and scored it in the center at 5 inches. This gives me a card panel, and you're gonna need 2 of those if you're following along with today's video and making 4 different cards. I have now gone ahead and I have added this to the front of my card base that I've folded off screen. And now I have this beautiful white frame around it that I think makes the white actually pop. And I absolutely love the way that this turned out. And then what you can also do is you can grab your second card base, grab your white base, and then you can add the colored leftover letters in between. So you don't get any waste, as well as you get a 2-for-1 card. And you can make different focal points. So the other one is very colorful, very, very vibrant, where this one has more of a clean and simple look. So once that was all finished, I was able to just pop in the letters. Now, I did want them to stand out a little bit, so I grabbed some of these adhesive foam squares from scrapbook.com. These are the smaller sized ones, and I just added them into the letters, into the larger spaces, so that I could really add some dimension to this card and some interest, since it is pretty clean and simple. It's got a lot of white space, and I really just wanted to make sure that everything popped. I love these new adhesive squares. They're really easy to pop off. You can see just how easy they were for me to take off. No fingernails required, and they are really great. And I've been using them throughout this Christmas series quite regularly. So I simply went ahead and started adding the colorful letters there on top of the dimension, but I didn't stop there. I also went ahead and added the white letters using some dimension onto my colorful base. So it's completely up to you whether you want to complete this particular step. I think it just adds some dimension and fun, but you're adding white on white, so I don't think it makes too much of a difference if you wanted to get these done over and over with quickly. After I put these cards side by side, I kind of realized they were a bit boring and they needed a little extra something. So I went ahead with my Crystal Katana tool and some silver jewels from Pretty Pink Posh, as well as my Nuvo adhesive, and I just started adding some sequins randomly on the card. Now, I always have a little bit of an issue with jewels and sequins, is that I don't really know when to stop, and so I decided to add just a whole bunch on here. And for the Joy one, as well as the Noel, it was really just fun to add a whole bunch. Now you can see here I ended up adding some more to the ornament, and I just tried to find different places in the embossed areas or near the embossed areas that it would look good in. So I wanted to show off all 4 of the cards when I was all finished. So for this one here, I added the jewels up at the top, as well as in a circle around the snowflake, just trying to add them as perfectly as possible in the different areas. I used the embossing areas as a guide as to where to put them. Here, all over the letters and the snowflake, leaving the top blank. And so those are the 2 Joy cards. And then for the Noel cards, we did that one on screen where I just added them kind of randomly throughout the background. And then lastly, for the white clean and simple one, I went ahead and added them on the letters. So I hope you enjoyed today's card tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out the previous 2 days of card making tutorials that I've posted. Thanks so much for watching. I have a suggested video below, and you're welcome to hit that subscribe button now on screen. Bye-bye.